Following a sequence of events that have happened since the press release about a child having been sexually molested, raped at VIBGYOR school. It's a very heinous crime, and thanks to the media, I think all Bangaloreans have also woken up very, very disturbed by what has happened. And what we feel is a huge failure on part of the state to have systems in place, even though there is a very good act called the Protection of Children Against Sexual Offences Act, which is clearly have procedural details about the roles of different stakeholders, the police, the judiciary, the prosecution, and all that is very clear. But what we can understand from this case, this is just one of the hundreds of cases that are being registered across the state, is that there are systems that are simply not working. The state is not accountable. That's become very clear. If you look at the number of cases, in 2011 it was 97, and at 2013 the number of rape cases against children is 270. And the conviction is absolutely alarming. In 2011 it was 16 cases, and now in 2013 it was only 14. And this is the National Crime Record Bureau statistics. So we really don't know how serious the government is about implementing the POCSO Act. And police is a state subject. So the entry of any case, a crime that is committed against a child, is through the police, the portal of the police. So I think the state has to take the responsibility. It is accountable, and I think that the parents have done a great service to try to create a protective environment for all children, because this case where an upmarket school, a family, upper middle class family has come forward and really brought it into the public domain. And please imagine the number of such cases that are going on unheard, the voiceless children in the public school system and in other situations across the state. So I think this is a great moment, and I hope VIBGYOR School Parents Association and all other mothers of children will strengthen this movement even further, and in a united way try to create a protective environment for children in our state, by making the state the duty bearer responsible to have a proper response in place. That is what I think we need to demand. The police must have systems in place. The prosecution should have. The Karnataka State Commission, which is a monitoring body for all cases of child sexual abuse, has to be strengthened so that they can do their job, and we can see that there is no child abuse in our state. It's a safe place for children to live.
On behalf of the Aam Aadmi Party, I must make it clear that we have very specific demands in this case. The first demand is the appropriate application of the POCSO law of 2012. That is the appropriate law. I don't think it's a good idea to bring in the Gunda Act and create confusion on that score. Instead, it is very clear that this is not only a penetrative sexual assault, it's also the aggravated penetrative sexual assault. And therefore, Section 5, read with subclause F, has to be invoked in this particular case. The perpetrators must be brought to trial under that charge. And when you charge a perpetrator for that, that's an offense which is punishable with not less than 10 years of imprisonment, and may extend even to life imprisonment. Apart from this, the management cannot go scot-free. They have been playing ducks and drakes in this case. The management has a statutory responsibility in this case. It's called mandatory reporting. And a management that does not report the case is also guilty of an offense. And that offense is separately triable, and therefore the police must investigate effectively and bring to trial the erring management, so that there is an example which other school managements can also remember. Apart from this, the POCSO law requires that special courts should be set up. The idea of a special court is to ensure fast track remedy, quick trials, and it's the duty of the state government to consult the Chief Justice of Karnataka and appoint a special court. And in that special court, if trial has to happen efficiently, there must be a public prosecutor, a special public prosecutor who's sensitive to the issues of child sexual offences. And if I might add, when there is a particular difficulty with a child because of the child's young age and maybe some other circumstances that are special to a particular child, if the need be, then a special educator has a role to play during the process of trial of this crime.